This is a drawing of Konko's later life from Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Starting from the second part of the book, where Konko is found at a funeral for one of the tribesmen, he starts with a military salute, and when he fires his gun, it explodes and shoots shrapnel everywhere. This kills one of the tribesmen at the funeral, and leads to Okonko's exile. Okonko starts to head for his motherland, and meets up with his uncle Luchendu. Okonko's left without anything, and gets a little head start with his uncle by receiving some yams. Okonko starts to build a new house and a new farm, and things get better. And even his friend Obiarika stops by to give him some money. Okonko doesn't really like his dad for his laziness, so he always tries to strive to be better than anyone, really. And so when he sees like a lazy person, he often despises them, for it reminds him of his dad. Which kind of relates to his son, who also shows laziness. After 7 years of exile, Okonko heads back to Umofia, and he finds a church built in the evil forest. And to the people's belief, it's usually that the forest would destroy anything built within the forest, or left within the forest, which is why they leave dead bodies whenever they die, and that would usually get rid of the body, or twin babies. And it's still there, so they see this as witchcraft in a way. The church took Noye from Okonko by basically converting him. So they didn't kidnap him, but they convinced Noye to convert. And this didn't make Okonko very happy. One day, one of the followers of the church saw the Igugu and thought it was fake, so he took off the mask of the Igugu, and to the Imofian people, that's basically killing the spirit. So this caused a huge fight between the people in the church. The Imofian people are furious at what Enoch and the Christians have done to the Igugu spirits, as they just witnessed the death of Igugu. This causes the Igugu to meet up with the Christian missionaries at the church and confront them for their actions. The missionaries ask for a peaceful agreement, but the Igugu decide to just burn down the church for their actions. The Christian missionaries did not really like the idea of burning down the church, because that's the only place they can celebrate their religion. So they decided to set up a meeting with the Imofian leaders, which includes Okonko, and this leads to the arrest of Okonko and the Imofian leaders for their actions. The Christian missionaries then asked the people of Umofia if they want their leaders, they would have to pay a fine to save them. And, you know, the people of Umofia are willing to pay the price for, to save Okonko and the leaders of Umofia. But the missionaries and messengers who deliver this message, up the price so that they can benefit for themselves and get more money, which is not really fair. And so the people still pay up to save their people, the leaders, exactly. And so when Okonko and the Imofian leaders get out of this horrific jail that they're put in, the people of Umofia set up a meeting with all the 9 neighboring villages about what they should do next. And Okonkwo decides, or wants to decide, that they should start a war or fight, but the people don't want that. They want to just maybe talk it out or something. And, Okonkwo already is dressed in his war gear, and during this meeting, 5 of the missionary messengers stop by and tell them to stop the meeting, as this would be a fight against the church in a way, but that they should also just stop talking about what to do. Okonkwo already decides that he's going to kill one of the messengers just because they stopped this meeting, and geared up in his machete, shield, and traditional war gear, he kills one of the messengers by slitting his throat and lets the other messengers leave to spread the news to the church. And so, furious by this action, or at least upset by this action, the Christian missionary goes to Okonkwo's house to talk to Okonkwo, but he's confronted by Obirika, and Obirika doesn't tell him where Okonkwo is, but the missionary finds out where Okonkwo is and finds Okonkwo hanging from a tree, dead. And this shows that the pressure got to Okonkwo's head, that he's already lost a lot of things and he's already messed up, so he's just gonna end it. And in the end, the Christian missionary decides to write a book about the African culture that he witnessed during his mission.